Welcome back to the show. Welcome back to the show. Welcome back to the show. I'm Billy, the host. Welcome back to the show. 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 I'm Billy, the host.
Welcome back to the show. I'm Billy, the host. We're joined today by producer Trent Ludzak.
Hello.
We're in Trent's unnamed studio in beautiful Marietta, Georgia. And we have a special guest with us today, the local legend himself, Seven.
All right. Thank you.
Seven is a stand-up comedian, public speaker, activist, many things. I actually don't know that much about him, even though I've known him for a long time.
Really? You don't think you know a lot of... I consider you one of the people I know the most.
I don't even know your name. He's here today.
I consider you one of the people I know better than anybody else in Atlanta.
I don't know his first or last name. But he's here to promote his business. Problem solved.
My new business.
He'll help you with any problem.
Yeah.
24/7.
Any problem. 24/7. That's my new business.
That's
I'm so excited. I just want you to know that I'm excited for you to have the first t-shirt since you're my best friend.
Well, don't make me feel bad, man.
No,
I feel like as a man, you don't ask people personal information about their lives.
Right.
You know?
That's what makes you my best friend. That's why I'm like, I really like this guy.
Hey, man, how's it going? You good? All right.
All right. There we go. Best friend.
Hey, I like to watch your comedy. It's very entertaining.
Yeah, well, I do my best. I mean, we all are. I love Atlanta. I love the scene that we have. I think it's great. And
I've seen it go well, and I've seen it go what I consider not well. You might disagree just when some drunk person in the bar starts getting all rowdy and yelling at you.
Oh, when people get mad at me?
Yeah.
That's my favorite time.
You've caused a couple McCracken's incidents before.
I like that more than anything, and I wish it would happen every single time immediately. My goal is to be so irritating that as I'm walking to the stage, people can't control their urge to yell shit at me and maybe throw shit at me. And it would really be ideal if they would try to physically assault me. That would be my favorite thing. And that's what I'm trying to make happen. That's when I'm preparing myself for my set, I'm saying to myself, how annoying can I be? What can I do?
Have you ever applied to like the game shows or something? I would love to see your set on America's Got Talent. Or
no, I wouldn't. There's no way on earth I'd ever be on TV. You have to be a chump to be on fucking TV.
Bro, 7 on Last Comic Standing.
I don't even understand.
what if I could get you in?
There's so many
just
people,
a show.
They're like, I want to be on TV. I'm like, what? Why do you fucking want to be on TV?
We'll get you an audition.
For what show? To be on TV?
America's Got Talent.
No, I don't want to be on TV. I'll do, if there's like an underground version, if there's like where the contestants are competing to entertain people for their lives, where if you aren't funny, they kill you.
It's like a bear that comes out or something.
Right.
I want to see 7 on The Masked Singer.
I would love to be on it.
How do you think society gets to a point where like they're killing people for sport again in the Coliseum?
I think I would be pretty sure it's already happening. I don't have any doubt in my mind that there are places in the world right now where there are people competing to the death. Absolutely. No question. In a variety of different ways. Some of them are probably fighting to the death. Some of them probably have to withstand pain and see how long they can, whatever. I'm sure there's all kinds of things. Some people are just being unmercifully tortured until they die.
That's true.
I mean, there's no question that's happening. How big of an audience is it getting? I would think you'd probably be surprised.
Who you think's pulling the strings?
Man, I think a lot of different people.
Big Pharma.
What would Big Pharma have to gain?
I don't know.
Out of people beating each other to death in private.
They're bad guys though, right? It's got to be one of them.
I'll tell you, I wouldn't be surprised if they're there. I don't know if they're like, sponsoring it, but I would imagine those guys.
Wall Street bankers, you think
those guys that live that lifestyle, that have that kind of money, I don't think that the average person like us, I don't even think that the rich people, I don't even think that like a professional athlete has a lot of money in our world, in the world that we live in. That's a big deal. Those guys walk around, they can do whatever. But those motherfuckers play in an entirely different universe. I think they can kill anybody they want, anytime they want, and not even worry about it at all.
And those are the kind of clients we want for problem solved.
Well, that's exactly right. What I need. If you're in trouble,
billionaire Illuminati.
If you're in trouble. Look, here's the thing. If you're in trouble, there are times in your life, I know Trent Ludzak has experienced in his life moments where he's like, holy fuck, I'm in deep shit right now. And I think,
I'm shiftier than you think.
It builds character to get through it on your own.
Yeah.
We've all had to fight. There have been moments where there's literally no one, there's nothing. You have no resources. You're like, fuck, what the fuck am I going to do? And yet somehow we're all sitting here. So we made it, and the circumstances seemed overwhelming. For me, I think if I make it my goal to be there for people in that situation, I think it'll have a good impact on my life. I think my life will start to, I'll have benefits just from being a good person,
I think you will get involved in various crimes.
I think there are going to be some people that need. I will think of myself as an unlicensed lawyer. I know the criminal justice system very well. I've gone into court and won. I'm undefeated in court. The only time I've ever lost in court is when they made me take a lawyer. And believe me, I did not want to take a lawyer. I've never wanted to take a lawyer. I will go in, just sit there. I will do a better job than any lawyer you could hire. I will do a better job than those lawyers. My own lawyers suck. You know what my lawyer told me last time I was in court? We were sitting there, and she's trying to get me to accept a plea, and she's like, "Just accept a plea." And I was like, "I don't accept pleas.
Okay.
I fight. I'm not accepting a plea. I didn't do shit." And she's like, "Look, I'm going to get you the most ideal deal that I can, and then I'll be able to go to lunch." And I was like, "What the fuck? You think I care whether you go to fucking lunch? That you think that matters to me? That's the kind of lawyer you are?" This was a lawyer paid for by somebody else. She was getting $7,000 for the fucking day.
Law is a scam.
And she's she was. So look, I'll show up. I've studied the law. I've studied the law. I know the law. Whatever. Look, you get arrested. You're stuck on the side of the road. Your neighbor is harassing you. My friend, one time, I was telling people the other night, my friend had his tire slashed one time. Wow. And, we fixed that situation. We took care of that.
I hope you didn't commit various crimes in the process.
You know what I found out in my life, Billy? Let me tell you what I've discovered in my life. Because I have, from an early age, I have been the person that people have called when they're in deep shit to come help them out. like I'm talking kindergarten. When I'm in like kindergarten, I've always kept to myself. If you guys really know me, people who really know me, I keep to my fucking self. I don't openly go seek out fucking anybody, ever. I just keep to myself. But people always want to involve me in shit, and I'm glad to do it. I will participate at any level. And I know there are people, because I learned early on how to take care of myself, they want me near them when there's some dangerous shit happening, when there's some other kid bullying them or whatever. And kids used to call me over and be like, whatever. And that carried on all the way through school. Anytime my friends got into some shit, anytime stuff was going on, I already knew for a fact I was going to be the first person they called. And when I was walking around, I had a huge target on my back because I had nobody with me. And people would be like, that's the motherfucker that started shit with 8 of us the other fucking night. Do you want to go handle? And I knew I'd have to deal with that. So what I want to be able to do now is just fucking bail people out on a large scale. Not just the people that know me, but everybody, anybody and you know what? I'm going to show up. We'll figure it out. It ain't about making money. It ain't about me trying to get rich. I don't give a fuck about money. I don't even believe in fucking money. I don't believe it's real. I don't believe it exists. I think it's just some made up fucking bullshit that they have used to control our fucking lives.
Yeah, money sucks.
Yeah.
Money's a scam.
It is. It's made up, and it does control people's lives, and it won't control mine. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show up for people, and the reward I'm going to get out of it is seeing them get out of a situation. You know what feels great about a police station? Walking out of that motherfucker. That's what feels fucking awesome. As much as you might hate getting arrested and getting thrown in jail and getting bossed around and having your picture taken and all that shit and have to go into a fucking court with fucking flip-flops on and all that bullshit and fucking hands behind your back and chained. When you walk out of that fucking place and you beat those motherfuckers, it feels amazing. And I always turn back around and I'm like, there you go. I fucking always have to talk shit when I get outside the fucking police station. I love it. I love it. And I want to do that for other people. You know, I want to, not just that, you know, but whatever, you know, whatever is bothering them, whatever is keeping them from being the kind of person they could be, I'm going to be there for them in that way.
What if someone asked you to do like surgery?
Yeah, I could do it. I could definitely do it. No question. Yeah, I've done it on myself. I've had to. So I've had to do surgery on myself.
If I needed someone to deliver a baby, you could walk me through it.
I've never done it, but I've often wondered if I could. I would love to be in that situation.
Can you give me a tattoo?
Do what?
Can you give me a tattoo?
Now, see, here's the thing. I can't give you a tattoo, but what I'll do is this. This is why you call me. I'm going to make sure you get the very best tattoo person. I'm going to make sure that I know personally somebody who's already gotten a tattoo from that person. You're going to get somebody as a tattoo person. If you call me, let's say you wanted a tattoo and you call me. Every person I know is covered head to toe in fucking tattoos. Everybody I fucking know. Any friend I have has tattoos. Very few of my friends don't have tattoos on their face. Most of them have a tattoo on their face. So they know if you're getting tattoos on your face, you're not, you know, just.
You're not going to a sketchy tattoo artist. That's your face.
You're going to a motherfucker that at least you trust.
Yeah.
And so if you came to me, I'd be like, all right, man, let me make some calls. And then I'm going to find the right person. If you want me to, I'll come get you. I'll take you to the person. I'll introduce you to them as my friend, and I'll sit there and fucking handle it. Because like I said, what I've realized in my life is this. Even when, like, with the violence, you know, people are in a fight. They call me up. There's violence. Sometimes all I have to do is show up. I don't have to hit anybody. I don't even have to fucking say anything. Sometimes I can literally just walk up to the situation and stand next to the person whose side I will be on and just fucking stand there. And everything calms down and everybody's like, all right. we don't need this motherfucker.
Well, this guy's about to commit various crimes.
We don't need this motherfucker.
You walk up with a hat like that, they assume you got a revolver somewhere.
Well, you know, I'm always ready to defend myself. I think everybody should be. I think that's obvious in the world that we live in. And, you know.
And then you make them laugh and everybody's happy at the end of the day.
Yeah, I'm not there to cause problems. I don't like violence and fighting and all that shit.
You did say at the beginning of this podcast that you're trying to fight someone when you do comedy.
Well, I'm
no,
trying.
He likes when they try to find him.
To find somebody who I'm trying to be so. There are some people in the world that are irritated by my presence, just me being around, and I don't want you irritated to my presence enough to just sit there and not do anything about it. If you're going to be irritated by my presence, I want you so fucking mad that you feel compelled to stand up and charge me and are like, I can't sit here for one more fucking second. I've got to physically attack that guy.
Did you get in the game to make people laugh?
Of course. I love it. I mean, I'm sure we would, all of us would say it's the greatest high in the world. There's nothing I've ever experienced in my life, even close to the happiness I get out of hearing a room full of people laughing at something that I said.
Yeah.
And when I hear them laughing, the only thing that goes through my mind is, how can I get these motherfuckers to laugh harder? Yeah. What else can I fucking throw on top of what I've already fucking said? What can I pick out? I'm at that point, what I'm doing at the highest high I can be, I've then spun my head like the fucking Price is Right fucking wheel of the dollar wheel there's such intensity to that moment where you're just like, what else? What have I got? What can I come up with? They're laughing their asses off. Can I hit them with something else that's even fucking funnier? And that to me,
I love like the feeling of like riding a big wave, and then it's like when you hit them with something good and they like it, it feels like that wave's just like crashing. That's how it feels to me.
Absolutely. And you just.
And you know they're gonna laugh at that because you just said something good, and so
I mean I've seen you do it in video of and I'm not saying I've ever seen you do it live. I'm just saying one of my favorite videos that I ever watched was one of the ones where you handled that heckler. I've seen that video, and
that was just like a bar or something. That was McCracken's. I think.
know it was just a bar, but you know, people, they don't know.
Well,
especially in Atlanta, if you're a person going to a show at a bar, I don't think they have any idea the experience level and the talent level of the people that would even be just at a plain old regular Atlanta bar show. If you're in an Atlanta bar show, you can easily be seeing some of the top comedians in the world. And I really do mean that. I really believe that.
And you're also going to see some stinkers. But,
maybe.
You know, that's all right.
You know.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. And
I've had good shows and bad shows. You know, I've had shows where, like, I feel like those are my people, and you hit all the right notes. And I've had shows where it's like I don't have anything in common with these people, and they don't seem to really like me. So,
well, if I get the idea early on that they don't like me, that is far more enjoyable. I know if I know that.
Yeah, you're right.
If I know the audience is irredeemably against me, and I can easily pick that up,
then you can take them down.
I'm now trying to get thrown out of the place. My goal is now to get the whole. Now that's only if my friend is not running the show. Like I've done. Since I've been in Atlanta, what have I done? I've done like 4 shows. I've been booked to do 4 shows, I think. Damn. And 2 of them, I didn't get more than 1 minute in before somebody tried to. One of them, the owner of the place, took a giant soup ladle and a giant salad bowl and started banging them together over her head and marched from her seat in the audience all the way to where the stage where I was and started banging and was banging that thing, the soup ladle on the thing all the way and then around me and very loudly. She inside outed the salad bowl with how hard she was hitting it with the thing.
She's a restaurant staff?
She was the owner of the bar.
Nice.
I was 30 seconds in.
You were booked on that show?
I was booked on that show. I was getting $2 a minute. That's how I was being paid. $2 a minute.
That tells me exactly who runs that show.
Well, you know who runs it already. I don't have to tell you who runs it because you know who runs it. And I got 30 seconds in, and she did that, and I didn't even get my tip. I didn't even get my $2. I didn't make it to $2.
No, you only should have got $1.
I didn't get.
I guess it's at least $2 for the first minute, right?
No dollars.
See,
oh man, it was I couldn't believe it. She came up and she
I
was
think
like,
I know what the venue is too.
You know the venue?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I don't care if you, I don't give a
Stone
fuck.
Mountain.
I know who it is.
I don't give a fuck. It's a Henry whatever that motherfucker's called. I don't know what's it called. Henry's Inn. Or
I know who you're talking about.
Oh, you don't want to say it? You don't want to. Could they like be a sponsor of the show or some shit? So you don't want them?
No, never.
Oh, I don't know. But for me, I don't give a fuck. Yeah.
I just don't like any drama. I stay out of people's personal lives.
Well, I didn't go there to get
like
drama. I went there to do a show. I honestly did not get past introducing myself. I thought to myself, let me just say, I was like, all right, we're gonna have a good fucking time. That's all I said. That's basically. I was like, we're gonna have a good fucking time. You ready to have a good fucking time? By the time I said that second time, she was stood up. And I don't know if she had that shit ready. I don't know if she told somebody to go get it for her, but she grabbed the giant bowl and the ladle and started banging them as hard as she could over her head. I've never seen anything like that in my life. And that's not even the weirdest thing that's happened to me. It's not even close. I've had people charge the stage on me many times. Many times.
That's the risk you run when I think about it a lot. Like when you at a bar, when you say it's an open mic, really anybody could get on that thing. Like some psychopath could, and they have before.
Well, yeah, that becomes very clear when you watch the open mic. Wow, they really let everybody up.
When I'm at my most comfortable in the environment that I'm in, where I feel like, and by being the most comfortable, I mean, I feel like if I'm physically attacked, I'm going to be able to. Because, look, I'll be honest, I'm not even saying this. If I'm physically attacked, there's a very good chance within 10 seconds I'm going to kill that fucking person. There's a very good chance. Not even meaning to. Not even accidentally. Just doing some stupid shit that I don't even think is really going to end up being that serious. All of a sudden, I've twisted this motherfucker's head halfway around his back. and he's just fucking, I'm like, fuck. I'm fucked. I'm now... I've killed this motherfucker in front of this fucking crowd. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm going to go on the run. I'm going to probably be good for, I'll probably be good for about 6 to 8 months more of time on my own, but they're going to catch me. Even eventually me, I'm going to. So look, I don't need all that to happen. I would rather not fight anybody. But if I know the audience is against me, if I know for a fact that they're against me.
But they shouldn't be. They shouldn't. They
right?
should be there to have a good time, right?
I'm always there to have a good time. Always. The best time. That's all I want for every day of my life.
I love how McCracken's sometimes just like, everybody's so on your side in there, it gets rowdy. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I love that place. That's my, I'll try to go there every Monday for the rest of my life. I hope my goal in life is to die in my last set at McCracken's. I hope that I'm laying in my deathbed somewhere in Atlanta and I'm laying there and there's like 2 people, at that point, there's like 2 people who just want to try to get whatever last tiny little nugget of information is creeping around in my brain. They're like hanging out. And I'm like, boys, take me to McCracken's. Tonight's the night. It doesn't even have to be an actual open mic. It doesn't have to be a Monday at that point. At that point, just if I come in the door at McCracken's, I think that we're talking 30, 40 years from now. I think they're going to be like, just let him go up there, say whatever he wants. You know?
You can cut your teeth at McCracken's. It's a lot of just like.
I tell you what, I don't think those people at McCracken's realize you're seeing the next generation of some of the very best comics that the country's ever going to see. And they're already performing there, and they're going to light up the world. And you can feel it. When you're at an open mic in Atlanta, it's not the same as being an open mic anywhere else, because people are, you go to, I've been places, and I don't want to insult any location or town, but I've been to all of them. And I wanted to experience as many different places as I could. And I was growing myself during that time. It wasn't just an investigation. I was trying to, and I still am. And immediately when I got to Atlanta, I was like, this is a whole different animal here. And this is where I want to be. And this is where I want to grow. And not only do I see that in myself, but I watch the people. I've been here almost 5 years now. And I've watched the growth of people. And it's been astounding. I can think of 10 names off the top of my head that are some of the best comics I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
And I can list them right now without even having to really search my brain. And I'm not going to, not because I don't want to praise those people, but just because I don't want anybody else to feel slighted, like I left anybody out. Because even the people that wouldn't be on that list,
I think you can do it from anywhere. If you're funny, you gotta have a way to hone that. And I think if there's no open mic in your town, then just start one and start just like doing it if that's what you want to do. Yeah, I don't know why anyone would want to do it, but it's fun.
You don't know why anyone would want to do it?
I mean, I know why I do it.
Why do you do it? Why do you do it?
Because it feels better than anything, man. Commanding like respect in a room full of people of like, yeah, I'm good at this. I know what I'm doing up here.
Right.
Feels awesome.
It's an amazing talent to be able to put on display, because it's so completely raw. You have nothing but yourself and a microphone.
Yeah.
And for me, for the first 3 years, in fact, since I left New York, when I was in New York, I don't think I used a microphone. When I was in Tennessee, I was in Nashville, I don't think I used a microphone. When I was in Austin, I don't think I used a microphone. And finally, I didn't
portion of this podcast, you didn't use a microphone.
What?
You talk loud enough.
No, you were talking loud enough that I could pick it up, but you were fully next to your microphone at one point
really?
there.
I don't like having it here.
Well, point it towards you a little. There you go. Perfect.
All right. Yeah, that is better. But so yeah, for the first 3 years I was here, I didn't use it. And the reason I didn't use it, it had nothing to do with anything other than forcing myself to face an incredibly challenging. I mean, you're talking about, there were times where I was in New York and I'd be in front of 100, 200 people. And I ain't using the microphone.
Yeah.
And I knew that the people that would book me for that shit, they booked me because they wanted to force me. They were trying to force me to use it.
Yeah.
And I've had many people that have booked me for shows because they wanted to sabotage me. I've had that happen. That happen a lot. I don't know why they do it. They do, though.
I think I have a show you could be on, but I would never try to sabotage you.
Oh, man, I would love to do it. I would do it. I would love to do shows. I love it. I enjoy doing shows.
With the punk bands?
I would love to.
Bro, you would murder that room, I
would love to.
It's usually not a lot of people, but I think they would like it.
No,
he would get them whipped up into a frenzy in there, I think.
That's what I love to do. That's really what I enjoy. And I've done that all my life. That was I used to do that when I was on sport. That comes from playing sports. I don't know if did you guys play sports growing up?
I played baseball as a kid, little league.
Fair enough.
And then I tried out for the football and the lacrosse teams in high school. But I quickly realized that I don't like sports.
Fair enough.
They hurt.
Right. I enjoy pain. I enjoy being, anytime somebody tries to hurt me, I like it. It doesn't bother me.
When I think of pain, I think of permanent injury and disfigurement.
Yeah, that kind of pain. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I don't like that.
No, I like it. I like it. I like it. I always like to see what I can tolerate, you know?
No,
I really do like it.
I don't want any permanent injury or disfigurement. I
think that's a risk you take.
I'm not into that.
I think that's a risk you take. You know, some people don't. I think most people probably don't. I would say most people don't like it. So I don't want to make that sound.
Ooh, I had to get a root canal one time, and that hurt.
I've had a root canal that really hurt.
And you were just like, yes.
Afterwards, I did. I was like, oh,
you did stand up with the hurt tooth. That's like the worst pain I've ever had, man.
What?
I couldn't sleep at all.
The root canal?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough. That's rough pain. I think they do it better now, though. I think they have probably better. I don't know when you got yours done. Mine was done a while ago.
I gotta get me some cybernetic teeth.
I want to. If I ever do achieve any level of financial success, which I'm not counting on,
some chrome.
I would definitely love to take care of all my mouth teeth issues. I've not been to a dentist. I can't afford it. I mean, it's not even. I can't afford to have them look at my fucking. You know, just because they'll like look at them just to tell you what's wrong with them. I can tell you what's wrong with them. I know what's wrong with them.
How come people?
I can't afford that.
How come like tattoos and piercings are considered taboo body modifications, but then everybody gets all their teeth modified? That's part of your body.
I think people like piercings and tattoos.
They do now, but they used to be a little more taboo. Like they say you can't get a job. They call the hand tattoos job stoppers.
I don't think that's true anymore. I think that was definitely true years ago. But what are you going to do now? I mean, I can't even. I wouldn't want to guess what the percentage of the population is. But the people that I know, they modify their bodies way beyond just tattoos and fucking piercings. I mean, when I'm hanging out with a bunch of motherfuckers, I'm sitting around, somebody might be completely green.
Yeah.
Just green. Like, just a fucking green person sitting there, not makeup, fucking green. Dude. Bald with their teeth fucking shaven into fucking spikes and shit. And then fucking lumps all over their fucking head that they've put in there. They've made themselves that look that way.
Are these shape-shifting reptilians?
I mean, I'm just saying the motherfuckers I know are some weird. If I'm hanging with a group of people that I'm really having an intense drug experience, and we're all, just I'm looking around and I'm like, damn man, look at the motherfuckers we got in this room. We got some motherfuckers, and but the conversations that you have with motherfuckers like that, you're not going to have conversations like that with anybody else. Somebody who's done that to themselves has been through some shit.
What they were just already like that, and those are like shape-shifting reptilians already among us.
I never even questioned that possibility.
Did you know that person before they were green?
No, I did not. So I've never... And I've not just met one. I'll tell you, it's not just like
what a good cover story for an alien.
Yeah.
I've had. Come on, you've never seen somebody like what I'm describing. I mean,
yeah, I have.
I'm sure you've got to. You've been in the music business, man. That's what those people flock to. They do music or porn. Those are two industries.
Music people. Oh,
no, people that tattoo themselves to that extent, and people that get like facial tattoos,
the split tongue,
and the split tongue, and they're they get shit done, holes in their fucking face. I've seen guys with a cheek hole, and I'm like, what the fuck, man? What are you doing? How are you gonna drink stuff?
I have tattoos, but
how dry is that guy's mouth all the time?
It's got to be awful. I'm sure it's, and I'm not talking about a little fucking slit. I'm talking about a fucking hole that's fucking big on the side of your face. So, and I don't judge it. People want to do it. They should do it. Whatever. I don't care.
Sure.
But, for me.
That falls under permanent injury and disfigurement to me. I'm not into stuff like that.
I think about getting face piercings all the time. I would love to get some piercings where if a motherfucker took a swing at me and I didn't catch him before he did it, he would catch his fist on some piercings on my face.
All right.
I would like that a lot. So I've thought about getting one here, and one here. Just so that if somebody... Now, I feel pretty confident that even if it came from behind, I would catch it. I just feel like at this point, I can tell if there's somebody around me swinging on me. But if for some chance somebody got one off on me, I'd be like, oh, yeah, how's that feel? You got my fucking piercing. I would get a spike, just a spike sticking out of my face. And I would be laughing my ass off when they pulled their hand back and the fucking thing stuck it in. I would be like, my face would be all bloody and shit. I would look terrifying. And I'd be laughing my ass off. That'd be fucking scary.
I want to make a movie about Seven's life, but it's just based on what I know about Seven.
Well, somebody's making a documentary about me in January.
No, this will be like an epic action movie.
Oh, yeah. I would love to do it.
But I'll just make up everything about your life.
It'll be called Who Laughs for Brian.
I would love to do it. People are starting to ask me. I was in a movie like 3 weeks ago, I think. I was in a movie. I've already had one documentary made about me, one mini documentary. This other dude told me last night he's going to make a documentary about me. In January, he wants to make a documentary about me. And now you're going to make a documentary about me.
It's not a documentary. This is a biopic.
What are those? A biopic?
Biopic? Is that what it is?
Oh, okay. Kind of like 8 Mile.
Is it biopic or biopic?
I think it's biopic.
I think it's biopic.
Biopic sounds like Bio Broly, which was the dumbest Dragon Ball Z movie. So
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're missing me, bro.
You never saw Bio Broly?
I'm sorry, man.
You got another hour?
You want me to watch it?
Yeah,
is that good?
It's awesome.
It's anime. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm not pulling it up.
This is gonna be like a CGI. Please pull it up.
Oh, we're gonna watch it?
No, the movie I'm making about you is gonna be like CGI, like Avengers. There's gonna be like
I'm gonna be CGI.
I think we should.
Your body will film your head, and then you'll wear like the green suit.
I was gonna say we should buy the rights to Bruce Willis
because we're gonna make you like 300 pounds jacked.
Hey man, I want to use my own fucking body. I don't want my head on a different body. I want my head on. I'll make my body. You tell me how you want my body to be. I'll get it in that condition.
All right, like 10 feet tall.
You can make me appear 10 feet tall if you want. I like just being. You know what though? I'll tell you, I really would prefer to be my regular size.
I want to like solidify the memory.
I find it more enjoyable to be shorter than somebody who's like 6'6".
Immortalize. Okay.
I'm thinking like we could make it like a good Doom movie, but with Seven's head. Just tearing through demons. Want to use my head. What's wrong? What's wrong with the rest of me?
Because we only need rights for the head. We can only pay for the head.
Man, I don't know about that. I don't know about just giving up the rights to my head.
Why? You can be a Futurama guy later.
If we get the whole body, you gotta go through the union.
I want to use my.
We got to pay for health care.
We don't want to do that. Too many communists.
Too many communists. So are we watching a movie? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, we're watching Bio Broly, the Dragon Ball Z movie. How did you start doing comedy?
I think I told you guys this last time I was here. I always, in my life, that was how I got my mother's attention. When I was a kid, my mother was very busy. We were always scrambling, for money or whatever. And she worked a lot. She worked a lot of different jobs. She taught school. She tutored kids. She ran the choir at church. She just did a lot of stuff. She was always busy. And she also was always baking shit and producing shows and stuff. And that was how I got her attention. She'd be busy doing something, and I knew that if I could come up and start telling her a story and it was funny and I could make her laugh, Then she would stop whatever she was doing and she would pay attention to me while I was telling that story. And I used to like to make her laugh so hard she was crying, and she would be like almost begging me to stop because she was laughing so hard. And then I would just walk away. And then I'd come back and she'd be busy and I'd do the same thing. And I loved doing it. It was how I feel like that's how I got started. And then just from there, anywhere I've ever been, even if I'm in a room full of people just waiting, eventually it turns out me making everybody in the room laugh about some shit. Whether it's making fun of the people that are making us wait, which is usually how it starts. You know, somebody will go on a rant.
Yeah.
Somebody will get mad.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, we're all sitting there and they're like, God damn it.
Yeah.
I've been here for an hour and a half, motherfuckers. And then, you know, everybody in the room gets kind of nervous. Because they're like, what the fuck is this guy about to do? And then I'll just make some kind of stupid, silly comment.
Yeah.
And everybody in the room will start laughing. And then I'm now addicted to making them laugh.
Yeah. Start doing crazy.
I start doing whatever I can to make them laugh. And next thing you know, this guy's yelling at him, and I'm fucking trying to crack him up.
Seven just lives in Practical Joker style.
Yeah, I used to get in trouble because I would smile when people were mad at me, like when I was younger.
Right. Well, here's the funniest punishment that I ever used to get. I used to get almost every day of my life was when the teacher would get so mad at me that they would send me out in the hall. And I knew once I got out in the hall, I was like, man, now I'm really gonna have some fun.
I always got by with the teachers because I could make them laugh. Like,
sure,
in a tense situation, I would say something and
they wanted to
they'd be
laugh.
like, "Dude, you got me."
They wanted to laugh, but they were like, God damn it, I can't laugh at this. How funny it is.
So yeah, I definitely got in trouble a lot. Like, I look back on some of the stuff, man. I'm like, I was so lazy. I just cheated my way through high school, pretty much copying people's stuff.
Yeah. Through high school and college, I was like, I'm not going to do any work.
Did you go to college?
It's too easy. Yeah.
Where'd you go?
I graduated.
Where'd you go?
College. Randolph-Macon College in Ashland, Virginia.
Okay.
I graduated with a political science degree.
That's a totally different place now. I have never heard you say Virginia before.
Man, I lived until I lived in Virginia until I was almost like almost 30. First 30. Now I moved around a lot and lived in other places because I was in the Army and I went to college.
I did not know you were in the Army.
I didn't know I was in the Army. Yeah.
When were you in the Army?
When I was 17, I got kicked out of high school, and I went on a motherfucking.
It's all brand new to me. I've known Seven for like 3 years, 4 years. I don't even know.
Like 4 or 5 years. And we've had a lot of conversations. In fact, we've had so many conversations that I was actually mad that you never put me on this fucking podcast. I was like, man, me and this motherfucker, we talk all the goddamn time. How come you never had me on this podcast? In fact, my friend came here from New York. She was here for like a month, and you asked her ass to be on the fucking podcast. She's like, yeah, Billy Willig asked me to be on this podcast. I was like, Billy Willig asked you to be on this podcast? That motherfucker never asked me to be on that fucking podcast. I've known the motherfucker for 4 years. He never asked me.
She's like that.
Yeah. And she was like, oh, he asked me to be on it, but he doesn't. She was like, he doesn't have enough followers. I was like, what the fuck?
But I got Corey, though. That's my boy, Corey. He's listening right now. Shouts out to Corey.
Hey, man, I don't give a fuck if there's one person. When I was in New York, I was in New York for 3 years. When I first got there.
You can buy followers, you know? You don't have to.
I don't give a fuck about any followers. Shit doesn't matter. When I was in New York on a regular basis when I first got there, you know, the mics there in New York, some of them would be 40, 50 people deep. You're going till 2 a.m. You first get there, you're last. on the list. And there were many, many nights. Many nights. I would sit there till almost 2 a.m. and just me and the bartender, the host. But I was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm not going to go up there and whine and cry about it like the last 15 people did.
Yeah.
I'm going to go up there and try to make this fucking person laugh.
It works sometimes.
You know, yeah. And I'm going to make that effort no matter what.
I've definitely done that where it's like 3 or 4 people went up at the open mic. It didn't go that great. So now everybody's like, you
I used to see that all the time.
Just give up. Why would you give up? You waited all this time.
Right.
Why would you throw the towel in?
Look, I went a long period of time in my life where my life was so completely fucked up. Like when I got thrown out of school, I went on a crime spree, dude. I was fucking committing crimes left and fucking right. And that's why I ended up in the Army.
Like Grand Theft Auto.
Oh, I was going to say, and then you got out of the Army.
They were like, you need to join the Army.
Then I went from war crimes to petty crimes.
But yeah, I was 17. My mom had to sign special permission.
Get him out of here.
She was like, where do I need to sign? I mean, almost every night she would get a call from the cops. Almost every night. She'd be like, we have your son. She's like, Jesus.
Get this
he's supposed to be in
out
his room. He's not supposed to be anywhere. How's he getting arrested? But I don't know, man. It just seemed like for a while, man, everything I did, there was always a cop right fucking there, like always. Even when I wasn't even doing anything that bad, I'd be like, man, come on, man. What you gotta fucking arrest me for that shit? Who fucking cares? I'm drinking a beer somewhere, you know, where you're not supposed to drink a beer or, you know, just maybe I took a couple of hits of some weed somewhere where you're not supposed to take hits of weed. And next thing you know, I got some cop fucking giving me shit. And of course, I'm not going to take any shit from a cop. You know, the last thing I'm going to do is just sit there and be fucking polite to some cop. I don't give a fuck. If a cop comes up to me, I'm going to make his life a living fucking hell. From the minute he fucking approaches me to the minute he fucking walks away. And I've had many cops start out talking to me and call for fucking backup. And I'm like, yeah, go right the fuck ahead. Call for fucking backup.
What I do is I usually say, yes, sir. Nah. Anything you say, sir?
Fuck no. I ain't no, fuck.
My hands are right here, sir. Thank you.
No, I'm in a fighting stance when I see a cop. I'm like, okay, let me see what this motherfucker. Let me see. I'm fucking ready to go, man. I am not. I'll say this. Any cop listening, if there's any cops out there, I am not getting arrested again. I'm just letting you motherfuckers know. You are not fucking arresting me. Next time, look, for nothing. I'm done. I'm done getting arrested. I'm tired of it. I've probably been arrested 100 fucking times in my life.
Being arrested is a scam.
It's such a crime. They can just pick anybody out anytime they fucking want, and they're like, we're going to arrest this motherfucker.
You just pay money? What kind of system is that?
Yeah, and that's the thing. You just, you got the money, you just go in there and get out. Man, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it anymore. I used to be like you. I'll tell you, honest to God, I used to be like you, and you know what that leads you to? Sitting in a fucking jail with 8 charges of you thinking these motherfuckers are cool and they're gonna, if you're just polite and if you just go along with them, fuck no. You come up to, if you're a cop and you pull me over and you come up to my window, first of all, I'm trying to get out. I want to get out of my fucking car. I want to face you in the street. Okay. And they're gonna tell me no, and I'm gonna get out anyway. So that's definitely happened. I'm not staying in the car. I'm not down here while he's up there. And I'm like, what the fuck do you want? What the fuck did you pull me over? What the fuck are you accusing me of fucking doing? I wasn't doing shit. I'm driving down the fucking road. You're fucking behind me with your fucking lights on. What the fuck is that bullshit? That's how I'm dealing with it to start. That's just how I'm fucking, that's my ease into it fucking approach.
Okay.
And then from that point on, I'm going to be physically resistant to anything they try to fucking do. I'm I'm not cooperating in any way. I'm not cooperating. I'm not getting down on my knees. I'm not putting my hands anywhere. Put your hands on the vehicle. No, fuck you. I ain't fucking putting my hands no fucking where. I am not cooperating in any fucking way. And then ultimately, I'm gonna physically resist. I'm looking which one of this motherfucker's weapons can I get out of their fucking belt. And so that hey man, I'm telling you, look, these motherfuckers will throw cuffs on you and beat you to fucking death. They will. They've done it. I've been hit by the cops. I've been tased by the cops. I've been cuffed. I've been kicked. I've been thrown. I've been bashed into stuff. They don't give a fuck. And once they put the cuffs on you, you're in deep shit. Especially me, I'm getting arrested. Usually it's late at night. It's like 2, 3 o'clock in the fucking morning.
Sure, but you want the cops to just leave you alone, right?
Ideally.
I think if you start screaming at them, that kind of...
I'm talking about we're already engaged. I'm not talking about I'm walking past a cop. I'll just start fucking yelling at him. I'm not talking about that. I'm saying I'm minding my own business. I'm not doing shit fucking wrong. I'm obeying every fucking law that I can. I don't drive fast. I'm not speeding around. I'm not doing any shit. I'm not looking to start any crap with anybody. I'll walk away from a fight. Somebody starts shit with me. If there's an avenue to leave without anything happening, I'm going to take it. But if you're a cop and you've got me on the side of the fucking road, I know for a fact all friendship possibilities are over. This is now a war. Yeah. This is now me potentially fighting for my life. And I've definitely been in situations in cuffs where cops have threatened me with far more violence than they ended up doing. But there was nothing I could do about it, and they knew it.
Yeah.
And now they got video everywhere. But surprisingly, every time I've ever been arrested since the fucking video has been employed, the video either wasn't turned on or was lost. Every single time. Not one time that I've been arrested since there's been video available for them to take have I been arrested and the video is available for me at trial. That's not happened one fucking time. Not once. And I'm like, man, I've been arrested a lot. The lawyer will come in the thing and I'll be like, let me fucking guess. There's no fucking videotape. And she's like, yeah, they don't have it, or it wasn't turned on, or the battery was dead, or it wasn't working. It's never working. Do you think they want them to work? Do you think that when they break down that those guys are in a rush? Oh, my camera's not working. Let me rush out and get it fixed right away. Fuck no. It's like the drink machine, the shake machine at McDonald's. They don't want to fucking fix it. It's not broken because it's broken. It's broken because they don't fucking want to make milkshakes. They don't want to clean it. They want it to sit there and be left. They got enough shit to deal with. Yeah. I'm sure there's some nightmare. Same thing with those video cameras. Those guys go to jail over that shit, because they're fucking fuck up all the time, and they harass people and they do horrible shit. So I'm not counting on that bailing me out.
I would love to see Seven's body cam footage. I think that would be great body cam footage to watch.
You should have seen the last time I got arrested. Holy fuck. I was talking right into the camera. I was praying it was working. I was in the back seat. My cuffs were behind my fucking hands were behind my back. I was talking shit to that motherfucker.
Have you ever heard of live IRL streaming?
What's that?
It's where you just stream your life.
I've heard of it. People have talked to me about it.
People make money doing that?
Well, you know what? If that was my goal, I think about it if that was my goal was just to make money. But you know what? I do a lot of shit in my life. I couldn't put on fucking video. I don't need motherfuckers knowing every aspect of my fucking shit. I've realized at this point in my life, the world is a game of survival. That is it. There's no law that impacts my behavior. I try to do the right thing. But I'm going to do whatever I need to do to survive, and I'm going to do whatever the people that call me, I'm going to do whatever they need me to do so that they survive. And not just survive. When I leave these people, when they call me and I leave these people, they're going to be better off than they've ever been in their entire life. They're going to not just have their problems solved. They're going to believe in themselves in a way that they never fucking have. And not only am I going to do that, this is just the business I'm doing on a small scale right now. I'm going to bring this to the entire country when I bring that fat fuck Donald Trump to his fucking knees and I beat the living shit out of that motherfucker as president of the United States. Because you know I'm running for president and you know that when I get up against Trump, he's got no fucking chance against me. No fucking chance. And anybody that's ever met me or knows anything about me at all knows that. And I got to make sure that message gets to Trump. That's all I'm trying to do. So this is part of that. You know, this is me applying myself on an individual basis, and then ultimately I'm going to try to solve the problems for the whole country.
7 is going to destroy Donald Trump for good in a battle similar to what happened in Bio Broly.
Oh man, is that what was in that movie that you're talking about?
Yeah, pretty much the same thing. But you didn't want to watch that.
Well, I'm not saying I don't want to watch it. I'm saying our time on this show is precious.
Yeah. Well, we have already been going an hour.
Oh, well, I mean, I it's up to y'all. Y'all. Do we want to start an hour movie?
Yeah, we're watching Bio Broly now.
Is that what you want to watch it?
We'll turn it into like a movie companion show.
It's a 1 hour movie.
Yeah.
Do we have to sit here quietly?
Yeah.
Oh,
no, we can make comments.
We can make comments?
No, quietly, and then we'll discuss after.
It has to be pertaining to the plot and
are we allowed to
character development.
Are we allowed to
No, there will be no smoking during the movie. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, we can wrap it up. We've been talking for an hour, and I think I learned 2 things about your life: is that you were in the Army, you lived in Virginia at one point.
Lived in Virginia a lot. I mean, in and out of Virginia for most of my life.
And a third one, you're willing to kill in self-defense.
I prefer not to. You know, I really would. I unfortunately, that's what's so scary, honest to God, about being me is I know a lot of very immediate things that I've trained my body to do that would break a motherfucker into a lot of pieces immediately. And some of them are really lethal things. And you think to yourself, as you're training to do these things, what are the circumstances under which I would ever have to do this? And I pray to God, the answer is never. But what I'm always afraid of, and this is how bad it is for me. I get friends once they become my really good friends. Do you know what my really good friends love to do? You know what their favorite thing is? Once somebody is my really good friend, run at me from about 50 yards away and dive into me from behind where I've not seen them and smash me into the ground.
Trying to kill you.
Trying to kill me. As my friend, they think it's funny. They think it's hilarious to race across something as fast as they can and launch themselves like a missile into me. And I always tell them as I'm landing there, I land, whatever. I'm always thinking to myself, man, dude, one of these times I'm not going to know that that's you. And you're going to do something like that. And I'm going to turn around and I'm going to twist your fucking head right off of your body. And I don't want to do it. I don't want to. I want to peacefully go about life, but I know that you don't get to. Have you ever been attacked by people in your life?
Yeah.
How so?
I had an older brother growing up, and I had some friends who used to, hang out at my house, and we would all talk shit to each other.
Fair.
So eventually, you go too far. So.
Right.
Friendly brawls and brotherly brawls and things.
Fair enough. I've been violently attacked by strangers over 100 times in my life. Often groups of people starting from when I was 3 years old. And I never asked for any of it.
Okay.
Never one time have I ever asked for any of it. So, you know, you just get to...
Why do you think it happens so often that someone tried to...
Well, I'll say earlier in my life, I probably deserved it. Most of the time, when I was younger, when you're young, you're not exactly humble. You know, you walk around, you know what your abilities are. You always want to test yourself. You're always wanting to show yourself how great you are at everything. And I certainly had a lot. People would accuse me of being arrogant. I never felt I was arrogant. I always felt I was confident. But whatever it was, there was something about me. People used to always tell me. I would ask my friends, I'm like, why do these people always fuck with me wherever I go? So this group of people always fucking attacks me. For what? Why does it happen? And they would
group attacking you?
2 or 3 people at a time, usually. Sometimes more.
Why would they attack you?
I don't know. Oh, well, a couple times I was in jail. Obviously, you know why those times are. But in the Army, at clubs, in the barracks, on teams.
Yeah, fighting happens in the Army a lot.
Sports teams. I went to boarding school. It happened at boarding school. I went to regular school. It happened at regular school. In the locker room, at PE. I've had numerous attempts of sexual assault. There were of those times, I would say 10% of those times were attempted sexual. They weren't people trying to fight me. They were people that wanted to fuck me or wanted me to suck their dick.
Damn.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what they made. They weren't, I'm not speculating that that's what they wanted. That's what they fucking said.
Yeah.
And sometimes I was naked when the situation started. So I'm already at a disadvantage if that's what their goal.
Yeah.
So,
you don't have any of your weapons on.
You got nothing on naked. You're naked. You have no clothes on.
But Jackie Chan.
Hole's already out.
Dude, Jackie Chan used to lay it down when he would get naked, though.
Well, you have to also realize that there are many things to your advantage at that point as well. And you got to use the things that are to your advantage.
Jackie Chan goes crazy naked.
Yeah. Well, it's not about being crazy. It's about being controlled. But the way I look at it, I heard this quote from Bruce Lee, and I love it. It's great. He said, when you're in a room full of people that want to bring you down, don't have the mentality that you're trapped in a room with those people. You need to have the mentality that those people are trapped in the room with you. And that's honestly how I try to, even comedy, I would apply that to comedy. My thing is when I do comedy, I try to make sure what I'm saying is so funny that even the people who hate me in the room laugh anyway. They're like, motherfucker, God damn it, I hate this motherfucker. I don't even like him. And I can't, what he's saying is so funny.
Yeah.
So.
Hell yeah, man.
Well, anyway, brother,
thanks for coming through, man.
It's been great. I've loved it. I've enjoyed it. I knew it would be. I hope we get 30 views.
Dude, I will get a couple. And that's something.
I hope we get 30.
And then maybe your friend from New York will want to do the podcast.
I hope it's good enough for her to be on here.
I just try to message out to touring people and I don't know.
I was never mad.
I'm not mad either though, because if I was in another city and I was doing shows, I might want to go jump on somebody's podcast.
Absolutely. No, I think what you do is amazing, honestly. And I'm not an ideal guest for any of this shit. And I get that. Nobody would say, oh man, I see that guy set on stage. Let's put him on a fucking podcast. I don't think that's so. I get that. And I think
this was great. I mean, it is not like that at all. I would love to have you on the podcast as a regular guest.
Oh, wow.
I just, I get busy. Trent knows I hit people up at the last
Right. I'm not
minute.
talking about just you though. I'm saying in general. I think probably most people that see me perform at a mic, they definitely not booking me.
You know what?
And they definitely.
I'm going to fact check myself again.
No, I like doing mics. I'm good. I mean,
I hit you up at November 1st, and you said you had to work that night, but you were off Friday.
Yeah, that was back when I was still working.
And then
I had a job
didn't say anything else.
don't think that I'm
August 25th, 2022. I said, would love to have you as a guest on the podcast.
And I said, yeah, anytime. When was that?
But it's the thought that counts.
I know, but when was it again?
August 25th, 2022.
2022. All right, there we go. Well, we're almost. I mean,
I'm
that's only 2 years ago. That's only 2 years ago. And I said, anytime. And you're like, all right, how's 2 years? How's 2 years from now?
It's only 1 year.
Now, August 2022 is like 16.
A year and a couple of months.
Whatever. But even then, man, look, I wasn't even. I get it. Look, even when people don't want, when people don't want me around, and believe me, when I was younger, I wasn't as pleasant as I am now. You know, I was a very hostile person. At that point, it's very rare now for me to have any kind of a confrontation with anybody about anything. Once in a while, when I'm driving, very rarely in person. It just doesn't happen. But when I was younger, it used to happen all the time, and I was ready to go always. And I was very difficult to be around as a result of it, because if anybody, I'd be around, somebody would fuck with me, and I would knock them out right there in front of everybody, and everybody would like, what just fucking happened? Did that guy just get up and knock that guy out? And everybody would be like, you need to leave. They don't want, and I'd be like, I get it. All right, I'll fucking leave, but I'm not going to sit here and take shit off of that guy. Wake your friend up when I'm gone. I felt like that was how I had to live.
I hope that you never have to knock me out, man, because I don't.
But I think
want to be permanently injured.
I think if you was my best friend, why would I knock out my best friend?
All right, man, let's get out of here. Right. I appreciate you coming through. Call 7 at his business.
Oh, yeah.
Problem
anything you
solved.
Need. Problem solved.
770.
24/7, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You're going to get me on the phone. I'm going to come out there and solve your problem.
Your problem will be solved. Thank you, guys.
God bless.